We're back at the We Leave Empowerment of Girls here at the Nelson Mandela School of Social Justice, and we have somebody who just came off the stage talking to the young ladies, Miss Joi Grant. Is that right?
Yes.
I got it right this time. Now, your speech was kind of powerful and everything, and you kind of switched it up because you've been a police officer for like 17 years, if I remember saying, but you kind of switched your speech up a little bit. Why did you feel like you needed to switch it up to get to these young ladies?
I felt that I needed to switch it up only because being a police officer, the youth kind of look at us. We have like this, we're kind of stigmatized in a way, and I kind of want to let them know that at the end of the day that I'm human, that I'm a person, even though I wear the uniform, but outside of that uniform, that I'm a person and I have been through some things. And that, you know, regardless of whatever we go through, regardless of whatever hat I wear, that I'm genuine, I need to be me, and that everybody kind of have to find who they are.
I like that. So it's like, you're definitely the right person to come here and speak to these young girls, because I listened to your speech, I was inside, and the way that you explained stuff to them, it wasn't about you being a cop, as you just said, it was about you being a person. And like, you know, even though they're going through stuff, it's not like you haven't been through them either. So why is it so important to even go out and speak to these young girls?
I think it's important because sometimes when I was growing up, I didn't share with the young ladies, but my mother died when I was 7 years old. So I didn't have anybody to speak to. You know, my grandmother was old school, she loved me and all, but I just didn't have that space where where I felt that I can openly go talk to somebody about what I was going through. And I want our youth to know that they can come and talk to somebody with what they're going through, and you know, without us judging them, and we can have that. I'm still the adult, but then I can actually help them and coach them through what they're going through to let them know, like, hey, I've been there. You know, and feel free that it's a lot of women and men that you can talk to and share your story with them.
What do you see as your hardest part about talking to the young women? Because right now at this age and stuff, a lot of young women are going through a lot of stuff. What are some of the issues that you come up with, especially, you know, like you being a strong personality, but knowing how to, you know, get to these young ladies and get them on the right path? Because I know you do it.
The hardest part is gaining their trust first. I'm very transparent when I speak with them, and then I also deal with a lot of young ladies that they already know everything already. So me being the adult, they don't want to hear what I have to say because they don't think that I have been there and been in their shoes. So once I kind of share my story with them to say, hey, listen, this is where I've been, and I'm not subjected to where I was. It's where I'm going now. And that kind of breaks them a little bit, and we can have an open conversation at that point.
I like that. Now, we were sitting here talking and everything, and then this book popped up. You think I ain't see that and stuff? I've been trying to look at it while we've been talking. Tell me about the book.
I decided to write the book because I went through domestic violence. And with me going through domestic violence, I realized that I didn't know who I was or whose I was at the time. And me going through the domestic violence, I had to mature. I had to do a lot of growing up. And that's when I kind of realized that certain areas of my life had cracks in them. And in order for me to be a leader and be a police officer that I am and be the registered nurse I am, I got to clean my house up first. So while going through domestic violence, you know, my self-esteem was shot, my finances were shot. I said, you know what, instead of me feeling embarrassed and walking with my head down, let me share my story versus me telling my story or somebody else telling my story the way that they wanted to share my story. So I decided to put my story and my journey through nursing school, through the police department in my book. And I shared the 16 areas of my life that I had to rebuild to build that sturdy foundation to be the leader that I am now.
I like how she switched that up because it says 16 ways women in leadership can balance work and home. I like where you flipped that. That was a nice segue. So she's on point. So if somebody wanted to get the book or even, you know, get in contact and see where you at, some more speeches, where can they find you at?
My social media handles, Instagram is Facebook, is Joi U Grant. I spell my first name Joi U Grant. If you would like to order my book, you can find me at www.joyugrant.com. And again, that's Joi U Grant.
And there it is. We got this beautiful young lady here at the We Lead Empowerment of Women. She's one of the strongest women out here, but she's also letting you know there's stuff that happens to everybody. So y'all definitely need to follow this young lady, and definitely thank you for coming out and talking to the other young ladies out here.
Thank you for having me.
There we go. We'll be back.